Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitas, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, certified Reiki healer, crystal healer, dolphin healer, candle manifestation channeling, professional space clearer, and so much more. To find me, you can go to healingsonthego.com. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, I'm going to talk about energy and how everything affects everyone. So basically, today we're talking about energy and house clearings. Hi, Tony. Hi, Anne. Welcome, everybody. Please like and share. Will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. So energy is like, of course, we absorb it, we feel it. When you go into a space, you can sense if it's negative or positive. So I will give you an example. One time I was walking into a store and this jewelry store didn't have no kind of customers coming in. And my husband's like, well, they're nice people. I wonder why they don't have any customers. And I felt the energy was so dark and unwelcoming. Even I wanted to leave. And, so I was going to tell him, you need a space clearing because people feel energy. And when you go in there, it feels very dark and heavy, very like it has anxiety in there. So it's so important for people to learn about what kind of energy is in your space, especially your work, your business, and your house. They're all very important. So I told them about it, but of course, some people think priests only can cleanse the space, but that's not true. There's different kinds of space clearing, and I definitely do them. I space clear my house, and you have to because we're all magnetic beings. Our energy is very powerful and we're always picking up on different kinds of stuff. So it's like saying you're only going to take one bath the rest of your life. No, you do take baths, right? But you have to also take care of your energy field as well because people feel your energy. And when it becomes so overwhelmed and heavy accumulation, then what happens? You start feeling low, you start feeling drained, worn out, you feel depressed. And same thing with your space. If you go into a space and it feels like it's very heavy and you feel fearful there, you're going to run for your life. You're not going to stay and go buy something, right? So everything is inviting. And I want people to understand that. Hi, Emily. Welcome, welcome. Please do like and share. So that's an example with the jewelry store. He was such a nice man, but he didn't have any business. So clearings are very important. I went to another store, and same thing, nice people, but the energy is dark. So I always encourage people, the way you clear your body, you have to clear yourselves too, because everything is, so we're a magnetic being and we're all attracting things. If your energy is low, what do you think you're going to attract? Low energy attracts low energy. So from there, you're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxiety, stress, fear, all the lower energies because you're on that channel. So I say like you're on 95.5, right? So on that channel will be like all the lower energies. And that's where everything falls into play. But when you release yourself and cleanse yourself, you feel lighter. You can see better. You have more attunement to the frequency, you feel lighter, you feel happier, you see such a big difference. So it always is very important with the space. Space clearings are very important. And I'll get to it a little later of what exactly I do and how I clear them. I do offer them long distance and in person. Usually, sometimes I do both. So I'll do the long distance one and then the next day I go in person. So we want to talk also about spiritual attachments. Every house carries a spirit. I was one time laying on the bed and my guides told me, you know what, Linda? Every house has a spirit. It all depends if it's welcomed or not. Do you believe that? So it depends if your energy matches its energy. If your energy is high and it's negative, you think it's going to stay there? No, unless it is. Thank you so much, Carrie. You're such a sweetheart. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Mickey. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please do like and share. Thank you so much. Hi, Lorraine. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see everyone on. Hi, Michelle. Beautiful lady. Thank you, thank you. So, I forgot what I was talking about now. Okay, so they said that every house has a spirit. So, with that said, they are spirits that have attachments in them, that whether you cleanse it or not, they want to stay in their house and they're going to throw you out. You see, like exorcism and that stuff is rarely happens, but it does happen, like the Amityville horror, where you actually feel the energy and they do not want to leave. But I was also told in a channeling that um, when you go into this kind of house, you also feel the energy is the same vibe. So, for example, you go into a haunted house and you see cobwebs, you see the energy feels spooky, right? So, what do you think that's going to bring? Spooky energy. It's going to bring spirits that are lingering, earthbound, and they like that spooky stuff. So, they're going to come right in. Also, watch what you're putting at your door. Hi, Angela. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Watch what you put at your door. The door is the mouth to the house. Do not put welcome mats. Welcome mats is like the Ouija board, inviting any spirit in. If it sees welcome, okay, let's come on in and see what's going on in there. Do not put welcome mats. Do not put things that you do not want to attract. Do not put dead roses. Some people are funny. They put dead roses at their door. Wreaths are not a good thing. Wreaths, what do they symbolize? Some people see it as a positive thing. Okay. They see it as the eternal circle, a wreath. But wreaths are also attracting funerals. What do you bring to a funeral? Some people bring a wreath. So actually it depends on your belief, but I've always been taught that it's negative. Okay, Michelle, no problem. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. So wreaths, they see it as a funeral thing. Okay, that's one thing. Do not put dead flowers in front of your door unless you want someone to die. Another funny thing I saw one time, I was strolling by, going for a walk with my daughter, and I see someone putting a weeping willow in front of their house. I'm like, so I know this person, and I said to myself, okay, what do you think is in their house? They're very depressed, a lot of arguments, a lot of sadness. So plants bring in the energy. Why are you putting a weeping willow in front of your house? Is that what you want to attract? I know some people are not aware of it, but really people think, try to attune to the energy, because whatever you're putting at your door is representing what you want to manifest. If you want to manifest wealth, you're going to put a plant that attracts money. It's all what you have to do. You have to attract money. Another good thing to put is berries at your door, because berries are joy. They bring in love. Basil, think of what the attributes are of plants, and then you'll see like what attracts what. And the mouth, again, is the beginning, the doorway to your house. And it's very important what you put there. Yes, I do, Carrie, and I feel a cat for you. You have a cat by your side. I feel a cat with you. Okay, the next one is spiritual attachments. Now, sometimes we do not want to bring in negative energy, but it happens. You could be going by a cemetery, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You picked up something. You didn't want to pick it up, but you picked it up. Why? Because maybe it feels like it wants to talk to you, or maybe it feels like, it's attuned with you, some kind of reason. You never know. But that's why it's important. Healings, cut the cords. You do not want to bring in spirits and then all chaos happens. So be careful with that. Be careful when you go by a cemetery. Please do make sure you take proper precaution. Hold some crystals in your pocket. Selenite, very important. Selenite is very good. Bringers of the white light. You see, it's very important what you're carrying. Everything connects the dots, one by one. So selenite is a good thing. And sometimes you'll go into a space and you don't even realize you just picked up Marco from the cemetery. And guess what happens? When you go into the cemetery, that energy will follow you and it will come into your house. Now, again, what your house is bringing is the energy. Will it attract it? Will that spirit like it? If you have it dark and foggy with no lights and looks crazy, it will attract the same kind of energy. So that's very important for people to understand that light attracts like. So be very conscious of what you're wearing, what crystals. I know some people have a fan of wearing black all the time. Black is good, but please don't wear it consistently. I don't like telling people what to do, but this is from my own experience. Colors mean things. So if you're always wearing black head to toe. What do they wear at funerals? You're going to attract the same level. Sometimes it's okay to wear black, but not every day you look like you're going to a funeral. Okay. Carrie, I'm reading your message. Is she okay? Sometimes I feel she is still. Of course she is. Animals always are with you. I have a cat named Billy, and whenever I always feel his energy, and she's always with you too. She's a beauty, and she will be there with you when it's your time to cross over. That's for sure. She's a cute cat, very sweet, and you've had her in another lifetime. I'm getting the chills. You had her in Egypt. She was your Persian cat too. So I don't know if you believe in past lives, but animals do recycle and they'll come back and have you as their owner again. And we recycle too. But I know everyone has their different beliefs, but this is just what I've witnessed, that we all have past lives and our soul is here to evolve and go up the vibration for the highest good. We're here to experience things. As I wrote in a post, which was really a nice one, it says, you have free will to do as you please, but you don't have free will of your consequences. So that's a good thing. I always tell people, always be cautious what you're doing. And everything, I believe, stems from past lifetimes. Most of it, it's just like, we could get into another story about that, but back to house clearing. Why is house clearing and space clearing important? Why is it? As I said, it's very good to remove blockages, dark energy. Sometimes you go to your house and you're like, oh God, I don't want to be here. Have you ever felt that? I have. And I felt depressed and I felt like, I don't want to be here. I want to run far away. And that's when you do need a space clearing, because there's too much arguing, sometimes fear. Everything that we speak comes out like an energy. Don't worry. Okay, we'll do pets later. You okay? Okay, so everything we speak, everything we do carries energy. And when we speak words or we argue, what happens? If it's dark energy, it comes out dark out of our mouth. When you do not clear your space, what happens? The energy becomes thick and heavy. And it looks like a cloud that's floating all around. And if you don't clear it, what happens? It gets thicker. It spreads, because energy spreads from one room to the other room. I had a clearing and someone told me, but I never was in that room. Why is it so dark? Because it's like air, it's spreading all over. And then you're going to feel it all over your house. So you do not want to pick up those kind of negativity. It happens because we're all human. We all argue, but it's very important to clear it. And for more information on how to clear it, I do them. You can find my service at healingsonthego.com. I'm going to take a quick commercial break and I will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. So more about space clearings. Sometimes, you know, there are some fairs, some flea markets, and sure, everyone loves a good deal, and that is perfectly fine. But also be careful of what you're purchasing. Remember that what you're purchasing has energy from that house. So unless you want to clear it, that energy, and go to someone like me and clear out all that dust, and that it could be spiritually attached. You know, there was a doll that my friend actually bought from a flea market, and all of a sudden things started happening. Things that she's like, things would get lost, things would break. I felt this negative energy. So I told her, what did you buy? She goes, this doll. My daughter looked at it and said, oh my God, mommy, it looks scary. So I said, well, it's not a good thing. It was a cloth doll. Cloth dolls are usually they have some kind of spirits attached to them all the time. So that's one doll my daughter does not like to have. So I told her, either get rid of it or cleanse it. And I should say, you know what? I think I'm going to throw it out. So I said, yeah, good idea. And once she did, this all stopped. There was nothing negative going on in her house, and the demonic energy left. Everything attaches itself. That's why dolls, some people don't like dolls because they feel like, you know, they're haunted. They look scary for some reason. It's all behind the energy. Yes, spirits do enter dolls. They do. I've seen it with my own eyes. I was actually in my daughter's bedroom when she was a baby, and I saw this doll move out of nowhere. I was like, oh boy, time to throw it out. So I didn't want to keep it. I just rather throw it out because it wasn't even something she even looked at. So also, some kind of furniture. My friend also, she bought like a little table for her living room. And she's like, wow, Linda, I got it for like $20. And then I said, well, you better be careful. Nothing came with it. And sure enough, she saw a dark shadow. Like when she was in the kitchen, she said, I saw it through the corner of my eye. And I said, well, if you keep seeing it, you should get rid of it. And she did. You see, a lot of things attach itself. So flea markets are fun, and they're also very affordable, but think, what are you buying? A spirit that comes with it? So be careful. Stores, you know, that are new, it's kind of better because no one wore it before and nobody really, you know, they don't have attachment to it. But if they're kind of different clothing that someone has worn, you don't know if the person was sick or something, and you don't know if they died in it. So always clean the energy because you don't know what you're purchasing. That's for sure. A quick hello to Ria. Thank you, Ria, for tuning in. Thank you, Captain Splash. You're the best for sharing. Thank you so much. So basically what you're purchasing, you have to be very careful of. Entities do attach themselves to objects. They can even attach to your hair. That's why it's very important how your energy is feeling. If you are very depressed for a very long time, what will happen? What will happen is your energy field will start getting little holes. So what happens when you get holes? Your energy starts depleting. You start feeling very drained. Then what happens? Spirits attach to that energy. I have this lady that is always getting attacked by her left arm, and she cannot shake it off. She's like, Linda, I told her, let me look at you. I told her, oh my gosh, I feel it right on your arm. You have an attachment. And I had to do her whole clearing, but I did her the quick one, the feathering, which is like, it's like healing on the go, literally. So it's like 15, 20 minutes. She stands up. You don't have to lay down. I do it quick, snip, snip, cut it off. And then she's good to go. 20 minutes. It's a quick one, rather than some people don't have time for like an hour session or 45 minutes. So that one's like 15 minutes, quick. And then later on, I called her, are you okay? She felt so much better, because sometimes I do the candles, yes, but if it's like urgent, sometimes you need to come to me. So we speed it up. We speed up the process. So she did a candle and she did clearing as well in person. So that was a good thing. So I told her, you know, you have to be aware of these things. My favorite purchase, yeah. Angela, my sister, one day will be on my show talking about the dolls that she has and interesting stories on that, but that's another show coming soon. Basically, so again, it attaches to your aura, spirits, clothes, what you're wearing. Did someone die in it? Do you want their negative energy? Clear it out, you know. How can you do it yourself? Sage it. I mean, honestly, sage is not one of my favorite things. Rosemary is. Rosemary, boil rosemary, spray it on yourself. I saw instant results with rosemary rather than sage. For some reason, sage does it, but not too much. Some people actually believe sage attracts more negative, but I do sage. I just don't think it's my favorite one. Rosemary is better for me. Another very important thing is crystals. Do you know that some people, not too kind now, they actually program crystals for the negative? They'll put some kind of weird intention. And so I've heard that some people actually do this and sell them at their stores, and they're very dark energy, which is pretty spooky because I don't know someone normal that would do like program bad stuff for people to purchase it. So I always cleanse everything I sell. I always put all my nice healing energy. I've had so many people call me and tell me, wow, whatever I bought from you gave me such good luck. I feel so much better. You're amazing. You gave, once I bought it, I want this, I want that. That's because I put good energy on it. You cannot put bad stuff on things and then call yourself spiritual. That's crazy. You cannot put crazy stuff. They purposely sell them that way for thrill seekers. Oh my God. Yeah, that's really crazy because you do not want to purchase this because what is it going to attract? Demonic energy. That's why there's always the good and the bad. And I always work with the white light. I never do anything harmful because why would I? I don't want karma coming back to me and it doesn't feel good. Good people do good things. You don't need any negative energy and spread that. But some people, I guess that's what they like. So no judgment there. But again, what you give, you get. So you have to be careful what you're doing. So when I go to the store, and I used to buy a lot of crystals, I always take them home and I either leave them on the sun, in the sunlight or by the moonlight because a lot of people are touching everything. So again, you're bringing this into your home. You don't want any negativity or who knows what kind of energy was touching it. You always want to cleanse. It's so important to cleanse. Cleanse the energy so that way the space feels better. The energy feels better. There's beautiful, what do they call them? The Himalayan salt lamps. Now, this is a very good thing because they actually have beautiful salt lamps that they beam beautiful healing light and actually they disperse the negative eons. So a lot of people that have kids that have a hard time sleeping or they feel some kind of negative energy, what they will do is they will buy that salt lamp. Also, they have them in selenite. I also have them. You can find them at healingsonthego.com. And what happens is that you bring it into your room and it brings beautiful healing light. If you ever want to experience it, purchase one. They're very uplifting, very hot. Now, let's see. Did I bring my book? Yes, I have it here. Give me 1 second. I grew up with a lot of bad spirits, and that's why I wrote a book about it. And you can always find it at healingsonthego.com. My journey from darkness to the light. Let me tell you, it sure wasn't easy. I grew up with a lot of bad spirits. And I remember I used to go to a lady, we'll give you a little excerpt. And this lady had me do spiritual cleansings. God bless her. She really did help a lot. But I remember that when I used to do it, since I was very psychic myself, I used to see this lady laying on the bed and she was like, you missed the spot. And she used to make fun of me. So you can try to cleanse, you can cleanse the space, but if there's an energy that does not want to leave, it will not leave. So it depends on the house. It depends on the energy, but clearing it will benefit you. And hopefully it won't like the energy, so it leaves on its own. But some spirits, for some reason, are very attached to their homes. They do not want to leave. I was going to do a clearing at this house, and it was very spooky. And what happened was, she said, Linda, I don't know if they're going to leave. I said, look, I don't guarantee they're going to leave, but I will clear the space. So as I was doing the clearing, all of a sudden I started feeling nauseated, like I want to throw up or something, because the spirits did not want me to continue. They didn't like the energy that I was sending white light, and they just wanted me to go. And I said, look, I'm not here to get rid of you. You can stay if you want, but at least if you're going to stay, be nice. So I did clear the space, but I can tell they didn't want me there. And, you know, some feel like, oh, what are you doing? Coming in my house and trying to get rid of me? So I have a whole story of my book of what I went through with those spirits, and it sure wasn't easy. Let me tell you, I wrote the book because I want to bring awareness that everything in your mind is not what, you know, it's not all your thoughts. So sometimes certain spirits will download information, because they do that. And you will think like, where did that come from? So you always have to be aware what you're thinking of. Not everything is your thinking. You know, I didn't think, oh, they don't want me here, but I felt the energy. Some people feel it. Some people hear it. Some people, they think you have schizophrenia because you hear things. But I believe they are definitely 100% spirits behind the scenes. And they know exactly when to jump in to cause chaos. For example, if you read on the news and you see like certain people that they kill their kids and this and that, 99.9% is all demonic energy, because they invisibly are around you. And when you're vibrating on their energy, right, they're going to all of a sudden come in and try to disturb you and try to say, okay, kill her. You know, they talk through you, but it's always your choice. Are you going to listen or not? So that's where you have to be aware of what you're listening to, what thoughts you're listening to, and know that everything is not your thinking. So that's very important, everybody. Please do look at it from the outside. Some people take action too quick. They'll do something and then regret it later. Always try to think before you act, and be aware of this, because things are out there. And if you're vibrating very low, that's when they come in and they try to tempt you. They try to do all these kind of things to you, to hurt you, because why? Misery loves company. And that's when I call Jesus Christ, and he comes right in. He's the master healer. And with his name, it's very true. They do leave. I've actually had a lot of psychic attacks when I was sleeping, when I was younger, and I felt like tied up and I couldn't even talk. So I thought to myself, how am I going to unravel myself? And I started saying his name in myself, like Jesus Christ, and then they left. So it's very important, you know, to protect yourself, and all the energies that surround you that are negative will leave in his name. And some people are close to different saints, and that's okay too. But always pick the warriors, Saint Michael. I pick Jesus, you know, God himself. You know, always pray. Another way to protect yourself are symbols. What are you wearing? I like to wear my cross, because a cross is symbolically protection for me. I also like to wear stones that protect me. So some people ask, oh, how do you protect yourself? Well, those are a few things, what you wear, you know, and stuff like that. So we all have to know also that every house has a house guardian, and they do protect the home. Just like in Feng Shui, the kitchen has the kitchen spirits, the house have the house guardians. And that's exactly what I work with when I do space clearings. When I do space clearings, I call on to the house guardians, and they direct me in what energy feels that it needs clearing. A clearing has to be, you have to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing and you're in someone's house, guess what? You could throw off their electrical, or you can cause energetic waves. You really have to be trained for it. And it took me a while to get certified, because I had to have 15 house clearings before they gave me my professional space clearing diploma, which I was so proud of because it took a while to get it because I needed to work, make sure that I knew exactly what I was doing. And that's when you feel that the energy that you're trying to clear is not being cleared. So when it's very thick and heavy, you need a space clearing because a regular sage or sometimes rosemary will not cut it for you. It won't do it will do a little bit, but it needs heavy stuff. So that's why it's important to clear it before it becomes a big accumulation. And that's why I like to do my space clearings. I do admit they're very tiring, and sometimes it could leave me 2 days very tired and drained because it's a lot of energy. I also not only clear the space, but I clear everyone in it. And my price is so cheap compared to other people. And they ask me, why would you put it so cheap? I said, because I want to help as many as I can. I can't expect to charge a fortune and have, so much limited on how many people you can, help. So my stuff works very well. I do have 5-star reviews on Google Maps, which is amazing. And I'm very happy and grateful to everybody that wrote a beautiful review. And so I want to talk about now what exactly space clearing is. So let's say somebody wants a long distance space clearing. What I would do is I need either a sketch of your house or I need pictures of your whole house. And then I ask for the person's, like everybody living in there, their picture, recent picture, because I don't want to pick up on their old picture. What I do is I match the energy from the space that I'm going to do so that they are aligned with the same energy. You can't actually clear a whole space and have people run down and drained. And, you want them all to be cleared. So I do everybody, the space, and everyone in it. Also, that's long distance. Now for in person, I usually do both. I do long distance and then I do in person where I come and clear out your space, and I use different modalities to clear it out and make you feel good. Because what's funny? When it's very heavy energy, you will see your room, and I couldn't believe it because I witnessed it with my own eyes. But you'll see your room smaller and more like small. But when it's cleared, it feels like the space expanded. It feels like it's bigger. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, this space feels bigger, clearer, more open. And that's because it got space cleared. So that is an amazing feeling, and it's definitely worth having because there's a lot of times people are going through struggles, whether it's financial, marriage, kids, the mothers go through hell to raise their children. And, mothers, and I can't say because they could be fathers and other people too, but I'll just say right now, whoever is taking care of their kids, they mostly always need a healing because it's overwhelming. There's a lot of work and you always put yourself last, at least most of us. So you need to clear yourself as well. You can't expect somebody to, you can't expect them to clear themselves when they're putting themselves last. So everybody needs a healing, and not only a healing, but they need their space to be cleared because there's kids crying, people fighting, all chaos. And what do you think? The energy looks happy? It needs to be cleared. Just like we sweep the floor and mop the floor, you also need to take care of the space. The space is very important. There are different areas in the room, like in Feng Shui. They say that the most negative room is the bathroom for some reason. You can never do anything for abundance there because it's like you're washing it away. So let's say you're in the bathroom and you say, oh, I want to manifest money. So usually a good thing for money is cinnamon. So you're not going to sit there washing cinnamon down the drain. So you see, everything is symbolic and you have to really be careful what you're manifesting, what you're doing, because everything means something. I also suggest at the doorways, clear your doorways, whether you want to sage it, you want to wash it with salt water. There are different ways to do different things. Again, those are light, it's light clearing, clearing that's like somebody can do very easily. But when it becomes too much, right, you can tell if a house is overwhelmed because everything again is energy. So what's going to start happening is you're going to start seeing more roaches. You're going to start seeing bugs. You're going to start seeing flies. Those are all the indications that something's negative. Rats, mice, those are all negativity. Okay, sometimes it's the building, but not all the time it's the building. It's also your space. You have to think, how do you feel in your house? Is it welcoming or do you feel anxious? Do you feel stressed being in that house? If you feel stressed and then all these bugs are coming out of nowhere and you feel off balance, that space needs a clearing. And don't delay on it because after a while, what is happening? Things are not flowing. If the energy is blocked, what do you think? Are you going to get abundance? No. Are you going to feel good? No. Is your health going to feel good? No. So everything stems what you're doing in your house. If you want flow, you got to clear it out. So the flow circles, like the ocean. You see, you have to put that kind of energy to clear it out. And that way things will start happening for the better. And then you'll feel better. You'll feel happier. Your energy will feel more exciting. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. I'm going to take another commercial break and we'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic clairvoyant medium and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. More about space clearings. Now, another good technique is water. Water is the essence of everything. Water is very clearing. You can do a lot of magical stuff with water. And what I'd love to do, especially on a day that's very powerful. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Please do like and share. Thank you so much. Water, leaving it at your door is just a breeze of fresh air. Even if it's like negative, let's say, for example, your doorway feels dirty. You just saged it, but then you put some water in it. You can do some magical stuff. Like, let's say, for example, you want to attract money. So in the water, you put a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon attracts money. And not only does it attract money, but the water is going to help the flow. So the water is going to circulate the money into your house. Now, don't put it outside of your door. Put it inside your door. So that way it circulates the energy, which is awesome. Water is very good when you're sleeping. Now, another thing I want to talk about is when you are sleeping is when your defense is down. And you know, spirits do not sleep at all. So when do they visit you? When you're sleeping. Did you ever notice that sometimes you cannot sleep? No matter how much you try, you just can't sleep. What does that mean? That means there's an entity in your house, in your room. Well, in your house, but in your room. So it's either visiting you, it's watching you, but I don't want people to be scared. But basically, there's a spirit there. And it sometimes could be a relative. You know, they don't sleep there. They're coming to see how you're doing, check up on you. So don't be scared, everybody, but I just want to say that what you can do about it. Now, what I do, if I cannot sleep and I feel some kind of, because they always come and visit me at night, I'm like, shoo, meet me in the morning or come in my dream. And that's when my dad comes and talks to me in my dream. So what you can do about that is, one, you can sleep with selenite. Selenite is an amazing stone that even when I used to feel like some kind of negative energy, just by holding it, it would remove it totally. Another good thing is leaving water by your night table. Leave it and put a little sprinkle of salt. When you do that, you're going to see how good you're going to sleep. Trust me, it works amazing. You can also put it under your bed or by your bedside, and that will actually absorb all the elements of the dark energy into your room, and you will not have trouble sleeping for sure. Some people like to sage before they sleep. I've noticed that a friend of mine, she was telling me that it's like, she told me, Linda, it's like witching hour. Every day at 8 o'clock, my daughter starts acting hysterical. No one's bothering her, she said, but every night it's happening all the time. So I did a sectional space clearing for her, which is much cheaper than, a whole thing, just a section of it. And I told her what I was picking up on, this spirit, this and that. And she goes, yes, oh my God, he would like look into the room and start pointing. So I said, well, you need a clearing and it's disturbing your son. That's why he's so scared to sleep. And sure enough, when I cleared it and I told her what to do afterwards, he never acted up at 8 o'clock no more. It actually stopped. All the chaos had stopped. Everything went silent. And he finally went to sleep. And she's like, God bless you. Oh my God, poor lady. She was pulling her hair out because it's like no reason why this kid's acting crazy. She's like, 1 minute we're playing. The next minute he's acting hysterical and he won't want to sleep. He has to go to school in the morning. So I said, okay, have no fear. We'll do something. So we did. And then I instructed her what to do afterwards. And she felt so much better. And that's what I mean. When you're sleeping, it's the time where they're gonna come around, and they're not all scary. We have relatives that have passed over, and they just want to take a little peek. But always pay attention to the signs. What are you hearing? What are you feeling? You know what I mean? They always make signs. I see them in my vision, but they all try to make some kind of sign. Some are very abrupt and they want to make loud noise, and some are so quiet that they don't want to scare you. And that's okay. Either way. But what I do is I send them to my sleep, because sleep is visitations from spirit. Believe it or not, it's true. When you dream of somebody, think about it this way. They're on the other side, right? So energy over there is different from ours. Dreams are visitations, and they do come into your dream. And sometimes someone would tell me, wow, when I woke up, I felt so bad and I felt so sad. I understand it's not easy, but also they have this kind of little remedy in Greece where I'm from. And they say when you have a bad dream, what you want to do is fill up a little, they call it bouriki in Greek, but it's like, where you make coffee, that little pot. So what you do is you take water, and they say you throw it in back of you. So basically you're shooing the bad, any nightmares, like telling them, go away, go away. So that's a good tip. Some people could do it. Some people, it depends if you want to do it or not, but they say that helps remove any bad energies. Also, when you have bad dreams and stuff, you do want to clear the space, because I've had a lot of people tell me that they went to sleep the next day and then the dream continued on to another scary dream. So what is happening? The energy is being recycled. Because it was not cleared, the energy is still flying up in the air. So sometimes you will pick up right where you left off and you will have that dream again. So I'm very conscious of that. And I do clear my space all the time, because I guess spirits like to be around me, because whatever house I go to, there's always a spirit. but we learn to clear it and maintain it. And I always make sure they know I'm not here to get rid of you. Just, we like nice, clean energy because I don't want to feel sick either. When there's a bad spirit, you feel that energy. At least I do. And I always make sure that I take care of my energy field, especially because I do so many healings. I can't heal someone if I'm going to be on a low vibration. So I have to be on an up vibration so I can heal them, and my space has to be cleared. I don't know about certain people, they will go into their kitchen or living room and they will feel, and I felt this before too, as if it's like ocean water. And what that is energy. Sometimes when there's imbalances in the house, you will feel it because it will feel bumpy. You will feel like the energy's off. You can tell, like when you walk, you can feel it bumpy, or you can feel like you passed through something negative. I believe we all sense it, but on different levels. We're all picking it up on different levels, but it's all talking to us. We just got to pay attention. What is the sign saying? What are we feeling? It'll all make sense later. And if it doesn't make sense, you message me and we'll try to make sense out of it. But basically, everything is accumulation of some kind of energy or another, whether it be negative or positive. The choice is yours. Be very cautious what you're putting into your house. What colors? What kind of, it could be different crystals. It could be, just try to feel into it. Do not keep dead flowers. I know some people love it, but I don't think it's a positive thing. Keep fresh flowers. Keep them nice and clean, It's just everything is attracting. So you don't want to attract something dead. I had this lady, she was hysterical. When she showed me that, I nearly died laughing. She wanted me to come into her house, and then she tells me, oh, be careful. So she had a plant in front of her. I told her, you're funny. She had a plant in front of her house, and the plant is not even in front of her house. So you walk into her house, and the plant outside of it is dead. And I told her, get rid of it quickly because it's going to bring you sickness. Sure enough, her husband is sick. So I told her, why would you keep a dead plant in front of your house? I go, you crazy girl. She's my friend, so we just joke around. But she was laughing and she said, you know what, Linda, you're right. That's it. I know you might be busy, but throw it out because it's not a good thing to keep dead things in front of your house. Especially it was all like, it looked like it was growing mold or something. I said, that's sickness. Don't you see it? And then she goes, oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. A lot of people like to put beautiful charms at their door. Elephants is a real good one. Actually, a lot of Chinese people, they put elephants or to attract money. That's a good thing. But always try to keep your things positive. Do not keep anything dead in front of the house. It's not a good thing.
God, this hurts.
So basically, you have to be very careful of what you're doing, what awareness you're doing, even your focus. You can program water, and some people use it for healing modalities. So they will put their hand over the water and say, as I drink the water, let it cleanse me. And by your belief in your words, you're creating manifestation. So you drink the water and it will clear you. But like they say it all over, like on posts and stuff, have you ever actually touched the water and then say something negative? Then you'll feel it very dark and, it's not a good thing. So you can actually program it. Your intentions manifest. We're all powerful creators. And we all have the power. Yes, nose up, exactly. That's for money. We all have the power to manifest. And what we're focusing on will focus back at you. So be careful what you're focusing on. Try not to focus on lack. When you bring things into your home, don't say, okay, I'm going to bring a money tree, but I doubt it's going to bring anything. Okay, you might doubt it, but just don't really say it because you just killed it right there. You have to think positive and say, yeah, it's going to bring me money, or, believe it. Like when they rub Buddha's belly, you don't say, well, you're going to bring me sickness. Think positive. So positive attracts positive. And the more positive you think, the better energy. Have you ever gone into someone's house that's very happy? It feels like it sings in joy. It's very yellow. Yellow is a very uplifting, happy color. Be careful what colors you're putting into your house. Do not put too much black. It will cause misery. Dark colors. I will do another show on colors another time, but everything means something. The more happy you are, the better it is. Okay? So everything is manifesting in its own speed. When we speak in our house, of course, we're all going to one day argue. No one's going to live like angels. We're here to experience everything. Our soul will experience badness, betrayal, happiness, a whole bunch of things. But clear it from head to toe, and make sure that you're feeling lighter. You don't want to carry heavy energy because you don't want to feel sick. You don't want, have you seen people that slouch because they have such heavy energy? They're just so stressed out that they're slouching. So be careful about that. Be careful about the energies, and you're bringing it into your house. Keep your house clear. Keep positive, beautiful flowers going. Keep your elephants at your door and be happy, because you know what, everybody? Life is short. And before you know it, it's all over. So just enjoy your life. And for learning more about space clearings, please do visit my site. You can find me at healingsonthego.com, where I have a whole bunch of services to offer. I do a lot of long distance healing, candle manifestation channeling, house clearing, space clearing. I even do cars. Cars pick up energy too. Have you ever noticed that red color cars usually are dented or in car accidents? Cars pick up energy. You're always driving. You're always going somewhere. It's picking up energy. So you want to clear your car too. I think cars are like the last ones that, nobody thinks to clear the car, but that's just as important. Clear your car, because if you just fought in it, guess what? You might be attracting a car accident, or you might not feel good, or something will happen. So clearing this space is very important. Cars are very important too. You're driving in it. Maybe you weren't feeling good when you were driving. Clear it up. I can clear it for you, and you can always find me at healingsonthego.com. Well, it's been wonderful speaking to everybody today. If you have any last comments, please let me know. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. And again, you can find me at healingsonthego.com. Be well, be safe. Keep your houses clean, keep your energy clean, and keep on smiling. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.